Last night was the longest State of the Union speech in American history. So when he says it next time, it's the longest ever in American history. Actually, it's correct.
It's the one thing he said that's not a lie.
This is true.
Yeah.
Everything else is questionable. But it was an extended evening of political theater, protests, and moments that came off kind of like a reality TV show. Ooh, okay. Take a look.
People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing. But here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens, and you should be ashamed of yourself. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Yeah. So it looked like a lot of strange things happened last night also. And I was true to my word. I watched Bob's Burgers and had a great time. And then it ended, but then it ended at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I was forced to go and watch this stuff.
Oh, so you did watch.
Listen, I watched
You joined in at hour 7.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
watched every minute of it.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, like, a lot of people get confused when I explain that I am a conservative and not MAGA. And here's the difference. What you saw on that screen from Republicans, the partisan tribalism that you saw on display there, that is different than being a conservative. And so that's what we lost there. But on the reality TV aspect, it is so uncomfortable to see how expertly he continues to create villains on stage. You know, we talked yesterday about whether the Democrats should go to State of the Union. I was kind of iffy, but then when I saw Ilhan Omar get singled out like that, you know, I know what's going to happen. He got that split screen. And when he was talking about Minnesota and saying, you know, we're not going to go easy on them. Who thinks he's been easy on them? And so she was shouting back, you've killed Americans, but you couldn't see what she said.
No.
And so it's such an unfair dynamic that we got to find ways not to participate in that and give him that kind of advantage. I just can't believe we haven't learned this lesson after 10 plus years.
Well, I watched the whole thing, and I was physically ill from it and more nauseous than usual watching him.
Yeah.
The way he was demonizing immigrants made me sick. It made me sick.
Yeah.
This country, I was saying to my husband, what makes this country great? What made it great and different from other countries, let's say in Europe and other places, is that we welcomed immigrants in this country. My family left Italy because there was no work in Italy when they were there in southern Italy, and they came here, and that's why I'm sitting here today. And it just made me it made me feel really sad. That's the reason America has been what it is. I don't want to make a speech, but I was furious and scared as the Bert and Ernie kept jumping up behind him also. And every time he lied, the economy is great. These idiots would be, yay! Oh, the economy, everything's great. Immigrants are the problem, yay!
And we're going to take your power to
It
terrorists.
was sickening to watch.
Joy and I were texting each other, and I watched the whole thing too. I almost fell asleep because it was so boring, actually, parts of it. But I think that's what got to me as well, that demonization of the entire Somali population.
Disgraceful.
That was disgraceful. Language matters. The saying that people are illegal aliens, that really matters. We haven't used that term for so long. Now it's back in vogue. You are not illegal as a human being just because you're undocumented. And so that, for me, felt dehumanizing to our immigrant population. And I disagreed with you yesterday, Joy, when you said, the Democrats shouldn't go. They shouldn't dignify this type of performance. And I disagreed with you, and now I agree with you because, like you said, someone like Ilhan Omar, who fiercely is protective of Minnesotans and Somalians, in particular, she gave him that moment that he wanted.
Yeah.
When the Democrats wouldn't stand because he was calling people illegal aliens, they didn't stand, and he called them crazy. They gave him all these moments.
just
You know
walked
what?
out.
One of the reasons
props.
they were, he started by attacking Nancy Pelosi first.
Yes,
That was the
yes.
first thing.
But he's scared of her.
Well, he should be scared of her. Were you about to say
Well,
something?
I was just going to say that the overall theme that jumped out at me is America is not perfect. It's one of the most successful social experiments of diversity ever. It's almost
right.
ready to turn 250 years. I've been very proud of this country for a long time, knowing it has ugly parts of its past. But to hear him just say, we've been losers, we've been this, until I came along, it's like a savior complex.
Yeah.
This world has seen so many great moments. It had slavery, it also had a civil rights movement. It had women suffragettes, women couldn't vote. It's had, with every dark part, it's often come out another place.
We fix things.
Flexing, yeah. I think it's a great country. Hearing how crappy he feels about every time before him and how only he alone could do what he's done. I'm sitting in bed watching it with earphones in, facing my 6-year-old who couldn't sleep alone last night. So I'm laying there and I thought, what's coming in my ear and what I'm looking at in front of me are such different worlds. Of what we have coming forward. And it was just, it was hard to
Sarah,
stomach.
what's worse than him are the sycophants
Yes.
and the acolytes who are praising him and going along with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm dismissing him because he's not well. The man is not well. His narcissistic disorder is off the charts.
Well, you know what? He's also insanely rude because
Yeah.
a lot of people won gold for the U.S. A lot of people won gold. I'm sorry. A lot of the women's hockey
women's
team
hockey
and the
team
women
decided not to go.
and the young skater who comes from immigrant family.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot
He's
of
clearly
people
a fan of heated rivalry, Whoopi. That's why he loves the hockey players. I can agree with Donald Trump on
And
that.
I'm going to leave that right there.